Good morning, Montana. I'm Jason Hurst. As you pour your coffee and make breakfast, we'll let you know how recent snowfall will impact your day. But let's get you informed on other key stories as well. Coming up, state lawmakers review a bill to safeguard American Indian languages, how the bill encourages cultural preservation in schools and clears a major hurdle. Plus, what a newly launched governance study survey means for the Big Sky community. And this is a live look at the streets of Missoula from our mobile news unit. And right now, our unit is on Higgins Street, and we will continue to have looks of our local streets throughout the show.
Well, the time is at 6:32 this morning. We are starting out with snow and blowing snow, a number of school closures and delays. We've now added Florence Carlton to the list of school closures. We're going to continue to track that through the morning. You can look outside and see why. We've got a lot of snow on the ground through the Missoula and Bitterroot Valley. It is 10 right now in Missoula. Snow's still coming down. Flakes are flying for you in Butte. You're sitting at 13. That little snow band moving through the mining city this morning could put down a quick accumulation of snow. It is reducing your visibility to less than a mile now. Anaconda, Butte, you've got visibility at 3/4 of a mile. Bozeman, it's headed your way, but I think it's likely going to fizzle out by the time it gets there. Here's a live look at our radar this morning. Still seeing snow showers off and on throughout the Bitterroot Valley. Active weather as that storm moves off to the east, but we lose the shower threat this evening. However, our next weather maker rolls in Friday with, guess what, more accumulating snow. Details in 10 minutes.
The winter storm is our big story this morning, and to help get you a better look at what is going on outside, our mobile news unit is currently making its way through Missoula, and this is a live look, and our photographer Parker Christiansen is behind the wheel, and he is currently on Higgins Street here in Missoula, and as you can see, the snow is coming down, and visibility isn't bad right now, but just a second ago we saw views of him coming from Lolo, and mud was kicking back from the other driver. The windshield wipers had to go pretty quick to clear his windshield. And it's not just in Missoula. In fact, I'm looking at reports right now on I-90 going all the way west, even to the border. There's a lot of scattered ice and snow, and especially going north now on 93, I'm looking at reports of both not only scattered ice and snow, but just snow and ice covered throughout I-93. And then I'm looking in areas like Butte and Deer Lodge, especially Butte right now, scattered snow and ice on the interstate. So I-90, the corridor going east and to west, going from Bozeman all the way out to Mullen, it has got a lot of scattered ice and snow, so you want to be safe out there. And as we're looking at Parker on Higgins, you can see the wet conditions out there on his windshield. He's going to have to put on those wipers, but the snow is certainly covered on both ways, so you want to be very safe out there if you are starting your commute. But also, we want to get you updated on school closures and delays. So let's mention that right now. Now, classes are canceled for the Corvallis School District, but school officials say high school practices could take place if roads are safe to drive on by 3. Now, Hamilton, Lone Rock School, Trout Creek, Thompson Falls, Victor Schools, Valley View, Dayton, and Darby School District have all canceled school for today. Only Bissell will not have in-person school, but they will have remote learning. How about schools that are on 2-hour delays? Here's a long list: Helena Flats, Hot Springs, Ronan, Polson, St. Ignatius, Charlotte, Arley, and Dixon. And again, if I said it too fast for you, you can just visit our website because we've got all of those cancellations and delays listed. So just go to our homepage at NBCMontana.com. And again, here is Parker making his way through town. If you are on the roads, be safe out there. The roads are covered with ice and snow. This morning, the Missoula Police Department issued a missing and endangered person advisory for Evelyn Carey. Take a look at your screen to see if you recognize the missing teen. Evelyn is a 13-year-old white female. She is 5 foot 2 inches tall, weighs 100 pounds, has brown eyes and black hair. She was last seen at 10 p.m. on Tuesday when she left her home and was last known to be around Mullen Road. The missing teen was last seen wearing gray sweatpants along with a sweatshirt and white shoes. Due to not having her medication in the colder weather, it is believed she may be in danger. If you have information on Evelyn, please contact the Missoula Police Department. That phone number is at the bottom of your screen, and it is 406-552-6300 or call 911. New from Helena, lawmakers heard a bipartisan bill protecting people from being sued for utilizing their First Amendment rights. House Bill 292, introduced by one Democrat and one Republican, had its first hearing Tuesday in the House Judiciary Committee. The bill calls for early filings of motions to dismiss with an expedited hearing and requires the court to stay all other actions until they rule on the motion. Now, if dismissed, the defendant will retain an attorney and fees and expenses, which proponents say will prevent frivolous lawsuits that seek to stifle free speech.
HB 292 levels the playing field. It ensures that Montanans are not silenced by the fear of legal retaliation, especially when they are acting in the public interest.
This is Model Uniform Act legislation that will protect journalists and citizen activists from financially damaging lawsuits that seek to chill free speech rights.
There were no opponents to the bill at the hearing, and the bill isn't applicable to criminal cases or civil cases involving the Consumer Protection Act. And a bill requiring voted levies to be stated in dollars instead of mills has its first Senate hearing in Helena. This after it cleared the House. House Bill 20 would allow all levies to be adjusted for 3/4 of the rolling 3-year average rate of inflation. It exempts school mill levies from the requirements. Proponents say it increases transparency and accountability, while others say putting levies in fixed dollar amounts could lead to negative impacts for local government employees.
Just creates significant challenges for cities to manage the long-term budgeting and planning and sustain essential services.
All it does is level that amount of growth in government spending. And if they need more, they can vote more. It doesn't stop them from doing that.
The sponsor says he would not welcome an amendment allowing for levies to be adjusted for the full rate of inflation, as it's already amended from half the rate. The first state levy subject to this law will be the University System's 6 mil levy, which is set to go before voters in the year 2028. Also new from Helena, an effort to strengthen Montana's commitment to preserving American Indian languages sails through its first floor vote. Senate Bill 182 passed the second reading in that chamber, and it was on a 38-12 vote. The 4-page bill amends current code to allow Indian education resource specialists to partner with not only public school districts, but also non-public schools, community choice schools, post-secondary institutions, tribal schools, and early learning providers. The bill also allows budget expenditures for professional development opportunities to further develop the program. If it becomes a law, the bill would take effect in July. Police in New Albany, Ohio are searching for a suspect in connection to a fatal overnight shooting. Authorities confirmed one person is dead and 5 others were injured at a warehouse. First responders arrived at the scene just before 11 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. New Albany Police Chief Greg Jones says a firearm was recovered and it appears to be a targeted attack.
We have a person of interest, and we are working to locate them and bring them into custody.
Jones says the investigation has just begun. Police do not believe the suspect is a danger to the community. About 150 people were evacuated from the warehouse. And we now visit with Chief Meteorologist Brooke Foster, who is standing by. And Brooke, it's snowing everywhere. What has your focus right now?
You know, definitely road conditions this morning around western Montana. Snow covered and icy conditions prompting school closures across western Montana. We're getting ready to add a few more to the list. So sit tight and check that website, NBCMontana.com, for a full list of closures. Kalispell, here's what it looks for you right now. Snow covered and icy conditions. It is 6:41. You're at 5 degrees right now in Kalispell. Northeast wind at 18. Makes it feel like it's below 0 for you. That's going to be the issue for you again today with more snow expected, although light amounts of additional snow. For Missoula Clearwater Credit Union weather camera, Brook Street clearly covered this morning. It is 10 right now in Missoula, 15 by around noon. Still tracking a little more snow today. Then our next weather maker rolls in on Friday. I'll tell you how much snow to expect coming up in 10 minutes.
Coming up, there are new updates to Montana's offender registry. Attorney General Austin Knudsen explains all the changes. And here is a live look at the streets in Missoula from our mobile news unit. And photographer Parker Christiansen is right near the University of Montana campus, and you can see the roads right here. And Chief Meteorologist Brooke Foster will continue to update the weather conditions and has your day planner right after the break.